Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Day 8 of our 8-day challenge on how to be a super achiever. I am so proud of you for having made the commitment, taken the time, and actually showed up for all of these videos. I just, good job, good for you. The purpose on doing this was to show you that you do have what it takes and that you can be someone who is worthy of taking on these types of challenges and accomplishing these things. You have the same tools now that super achievers like Elon Musk, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Stephen Jobs, all of these guys had these very same tools, but they built them based on the belief that they could. And the fact that you did 8 days in a row of a challenge says, I have the same stuff. Hey, that's awesome. Good for you. So I want to review for you very quickly what it was that we built on that base of self-belief. And the first thing we talked about was clarity, that ability to have a clear picture in your mind as to what it was that you wanted and make it so vivid, so alive with all 5 of your senses that it was driven deep into your subconscious mind, which then used the law of attraction to bring to your attention, to bring towards you different things that would help you achieve your dream. We talked about commitment and being committed. You had to be all in. You had to be in it to win it. You had to believe that you were going to do it. You had to be obsessed. And obsessed is not a bad word. Obsessed, used correctly, is something that gives you drive. It gives you push. It gives you the ability to say, nope, I'm not listening to the naysayers. We talked about consistency. And that has to do a little bit with the laws of physics, Newton's laws. We learned that once something is sitting, it tends to stay there until you start to move it. And once you start to move it, it doesn't take nearly as much energy to keep it moving. And the same thing with our progress towards our goal. So when you start and you stop and you start and you stop, it takes far more energy to do that. It's much easier just to keep going and just keep giving it a little push every day to push it down the road. We talked about communication, and we talked about the spoken word, and we talked about the heard word. Now, with the spoken word, you're taking a picture that's in your mind, you're making it into words, and you're trying to rebuild that picture in someone else's mind. But you also have to have the ability to hear what that other person is saying and build the picture in your mind. And that requires sometimes some extra special skills, the ability to ask the right questions to help draw out of that person what it is that they're trying to describe so that you're both on the same page. Now, we talked about character. And the truth of the matter is, with character, people judge. We shouldn't, but we do. And people will judge you based on what it is that you present to them. So you may as well belly up to the bar, suck it up, buttercup, and you may as well put forth the very best you that you can, because people are going to judge you on it. Be someone who has truth, who has value, who says what they mean and means what they say. We also talked about confidence. And confidence is not that thing where you're beat on your chest and look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm talking about the kind of confidence that's calm, resolute, knowing. They know that they have butterflies. They know that what they're about to do is making them a little nervous, but they know that they have prepared for it. They know that they have the ability to do it, and that is what pushes them through to the other side. They're also very aware of the fact that even though they may not make it, they recognize that they will learn from that experience. And then we finally come to culpability. And culpability is absolutely my favorite of all of these skills. But we know that we're not going to reach the end of our journey by ourselves. We're going to have a team of people around us, which means if it's your dream, you have to be the leader. And that leader has to instill confidence. They have to have people buy into the dream. They have to have people helping them that want to be there. And the way that you do that is by being culpable. If the team has a success and you get a win, as a culpable leader, you stand back, you stand out of the way, and you pass the recognition on to your team. If things go wrong, you stand in and you take the blows, you take the heat for the team, you protect them from the slings and the arrows of people saying terrible things about what went wrong for you. You protect them. That builds that loyalty. These people now will do anything for you because they see that you are that person of character. You're standing up for them. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't go address them as to what went wrong. And we talked about that sandwich method, right? Where you give them a compliment, tell them how good they are, what a great team they are. You let them know that this is what went wrong, but it's not their fault. It's your fault because of whatever mistake it was that you made. You didn't give them enough information. You didn't give them enough time. You didn't give them enough money, whatever it was. And then you tell them to finish up that you know that because they are the good workers, good people that they know that when they run into this next time, that they're going to be able to handle the job. So we have, if you think about it, 7 skills that begin with the letter C. Clarity, commitment, consistency, communication, character, confidence, and culpability. Now, I've written these 7 C's down every day for probably the past 10 years. And one day in the midst of doing this, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, all of a sudden it dawned on me. 7 C's. As a kid, I remember being in a geography class and learning about the 7 C's on the planet with all of these old sailors, Magellan and the group. And it struck me that these were the 7 C's of achievement. Alliteration, having things all begin with the same letter, helps me to remember, and then giving it a title, the 7 C's, made it just kind of make a complete circle for me. It was really kind of neat. So I'm glad to have been able to share my 7 C's of achievement with you. I hope they resonate with you. I hope they propel you that you can find your dreams, your desires, your aspirations, and make them easier for you to achieve. So I have a couple of gifts for you. First of all, I'm going to post on this post my email address, and that's bacdoc.kw@gmail.com. bacdoc.kw@gmail.com. Now, if you email me, I'm going to go ahead and send you a synopsis of the 7 C's of achievement, each C, what it stands for, what it means, so you'll always have that for you. If you were here for all 8 days, and I know you all were, but please go and DM me right here from this Facebook channel with your first and last name and your email address, and I'm going to give you a very special gift. I'm going to send you a link to your own certificate of completion of the 8-day challenge, just to show you how much that means to me. It was an awesome job. Please go to The Next Level Now on YouTube and check out all these videos. That's where they're all going to be. But if you can, please make sure that you like, follow, and share all of this material with as many people as possible. Help us help others find their way to success. And lastly, keep your eyes open. Keep your emails open to us, because we're going to be dropping other content. My partner, Tamika Lewis, has great stuff coming your way. We have events planned, and if you're on our email list, you're going to get to hear and find out where those are so you can be part of it too. Again, my pleasure in being with you for 8 days in a row. Thank you so much, and I will see you probably tomorrow with something hopefully just as exciting. All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye.